Hey guys, welcome to my vegan kitchen. I'm Michelle. Guess what we're making today? Sloppy Joes. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, tap on the bell, and let's make some Sloppy Joes. So isn't this wonderful? You could still have Sloppy Joes even if you're plant-based or vegan. I went ahead and I pulled everything that I think I need. It's a lot of different ingredients, but I wanted to make this as simple and easy for you guys to follow as possible. So go ahead and get your food processor out because we're gonna need it. In the food processor, I have some walnuts, and these are just raw walnuts. I went ahead and I soaked them. Now you don't have to soak them, but soaking them to me helps with digestion. It softens up the walnuts, first of all, but it's gonna help for you to be able to digest these walnuts a little bit easier. And no, you don't have to soak them overnight. You can literally soak them for maybe about an hour to an hour and a half, and that's plenty. So I'm gonna place that in my food processor. And don't worry, guys, I will have all of the ingredients in the description box. So just scroll down and you'll see I have the ingredients right there. Let's put the top on, dripping like hot sauce. All right. And we're gonna pulse this. We're not gonna make it completely mashed up. We're still gonna leave some texture to it. So now that I plugged it in, let's get started. All right, that's it. So that was probably about 8 seconds, still textured, still have large pieces, not completely processed out, but just enough to break it down. Inside of the blender, we're gonna now add some lentils. And I already cooked these lentils. This is about a cup. I just cooked them and I placed them in a jar. So they're not hot, they're just kind of room temperature. Let me grab a spoon and try to get the rest of this out. I'm also gonna add 2 cloves of garlic. I'm just gonna cut this in half. That's a nice big clove, just so it'll grind down a little bit more. I'm also gonna season this up. So I'm gonna add some cumin. That's gonna give it a nice warm base. I'm gonna add some chili powder. That's gonna heat it up a little bit. And you add the amount that you desire. I like my food spicy, so I'm gonna add a little bit more heat. I'm gonna add some black pepper. This is fresh black pepper. Let's get that top. All right. Some salt. Make sure this is flavored up nicely. I'm also gonna add some coconut aminos. You could also use soy sauce. All right, because I don't wanna put too much of that in there. And we're gonna give it another blend. I almost forgot my tomato paste. So let's pop that back off. And we're gonna add in some really good tomato paste. That should be enough. Now let's pop the top on and blend. That was about 10 seconds of blending. We're just gonna pop that off, place it on the side, and we're gonna come back to that because we're gonna head over to the stove where we're gonna make the sauce for the Sloppy Joes. All right, I got myself a nice big skillet. I'm gonna get the heat going, get that heated up. In our skillet, we're gonna add some olive oil. And I chose olive oil because it has a little bit more flavor, and I want some flavor in my Sloppy Joes. So grapeseed oil is very neutral, where the olive oil has more body and more flavor. It's just gonna give it more. Inside of that skillet, with the olive oil, I'm gonna add some diced red and green bell peppers. And I'm gonna add half of a yellow onion. And I went ahead and diced all of this, especially the onions. because I know you guys are tired of seeing me cry dicing onions. So we're gonna make it easy today. So I'm just gonna combine the oil and the onions and the peppers together, just so every piece has a little bit of oil on it. And then I'm gonna allow that to cook for maybe about 5 minutes. But I don't want this to burn, so I will keep my eye on it and kind of move it around every now and then, because I just want everything to just cook and become really soft, but not burnt. All right, guys, so I gave my onions and my peppers about 5 minutes. So come in and take a look. So they're nice and soft and completely cooked right now. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna add in the walnut and lentil mixture. And I just want you guys to take a look at that. If that doesn't look like real ground meat, I don't know. I love how the texture of lentils and the walnut create this ground meat type texture. It also looks just like ground meat. So it really tricks the mind if you're really wanting your sloppy joes to really look like the authentic stuff. You can also use pecans instead of walnuts if that's what you have on hand. But go ahead, toss that in. We're gonna give this mixture, we're gonna combine it up. Combine them together, and then we're going to give it maybe about 3 minutes or so, just so they can kind of marry each other, so the flavors really cook inside of the walnuts and just give it more flavor. Also, we're giving the walnuts a chance to release the oils, so it just really becomes nice and soft and flavorful. About 3, maybe 4 minutes. Now we gave that a good 3 to 4 minutes. We're gonna add in the tomato sauce. So let's just measure that out because I don't want to overdo it. All right, so we got about a cup of tomato sauce. You know, I gotta scrape it all out. Gotta get all of my good stuff in there. All right. We're gonna also add some Dijon mustard, and that's gonna give it the tang that we need. All right. Place that there. Some maple syrup, because the acidity, we want to cut that a little bit. This is not going to be sweet, but it will cut down the acidity in that tomato sauce and the tomato paste and this apple cider vinegar. So we're going to add a little bit of the apple cider vinegar in there also. Whoop. All right, that's as much as we're going to put there. We're gonna give it a good stir, a good mix, get everything combined, and then we're gonna allow this to cook again for another couple of minutes. All right, friends, the sloppy joe is ready. So let me go grab that. All right, let's get it right here, and let's take a look. There it is. My sloppy joe made with lentils and walnut. Doesn't it look delicious? All right, let me grab some buns. And I had some of these buns. If you watch any of my previous videos, I had made, what did I make with these? I made the veggie burger. And I had some buns left and I put them in the freezer. That's how you're gonna preserve your bread. You know, put it in the freezer. It defrost really nicely. It's still very soft. These are from Trader Joe's and these are new. Trader Joe's came out with some potato rolls, which is really nice, or potato buns. They're really nice because they're vegan. And a lot of times you can't find buns or hot dog buns that are vegan. So it's nice that Trader Joe make this. All right, let's get this on the buns. It's nice and hot. Look at that. Sloppy Joe nostalgia is back, guys. Yes, you can be plant-based vegan and still have sloppy joes, but you remembered. Now, let me talk to you guys for a minute because I get this question a lot lately. Lately, if you guys have noticed, I don't taste the food anymore. And this is the reason why. It's not that it doesn't taste good. It's absolutely delicious. But if you keep watching my videos or watch a couple of my previous videos, I'm in a calorie deficit, right? So that means I'm eating less calories than I would normally to try to lose some of this menopause weight. And it's been working. I'm down 10 pounds, guys. I'm so happy. I'm trying to go for 20, so I have 10 more to go. It's been working. This is the thing. When you're in a calorie deficit, if you know, you know, when you're eating your meals, you want to savor every last bit of it because you can't have any more. So that's why I won't bite into or taste any of the food, because when I film these videos, it's usually in the middle of the day and it's not dinner time yet. And this is for my dinner. So if I bite into it now, I'm not going to be able to savor it for dinner. So I'm not going to bite into it. You guys are just going to have to trust me that this is delicious. I am saving this for dinner, and I'm going to add a side to it. What you could do is add like some cabbage slaw to it, spicy cabbage slaw. Or what I think I'm going to do is pop some sweet potatoes inside of the air fryer and make some sweet potato fries. And that's what I'm going to have with this. This is about maybe 400 or so calories. So that with the sweet potato fries is going to bring me to probably about 600 calories for dinner. So that's why I don't want to bite into it, because I want to make sure I savor my 600 calories, because I'm on a 1,500 calorie a day deficit. I hope that explains to everyone. Thank you guys for joining me in my vegan kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe. I have plenty of plant-based, delicious, plant-based, easy recipes coming up. See you guys later. Bye. There you go. I'm going to now take pictures.